Hello, I'm Dr. Sandy Chapnick. This is the first show of 2012 of You and Your Health. Happy New Year, everybody. So, the new year, it's a new time, it's a time of rebirth, it's a time of renewal, and as such, it's a time to get yourselves together and hopefully make some changes that will make you better and healthier for the new year than hopefully you were in 2011. And to that end, I brought back a guest that I had on at the end of 2011. But before I reintroduce you to Don Glass, something very exciting has happened here. Alex Shore, who is the programming director here at BATV, or at least our programming director, wanted to start to share You and Your Health with people outside of the community, and has actually encouraged me to expand it to other local communities. And BATV, if you don't know, is actually fairly advanced as far as local community access TV stations, and they do something that's called PEG Media, where instead of just burning CDs anymore or DVDs, they're now uploading the show to computers, and now I guess it's kind of a cloud thing where anyone from across the country can now have access to You and Your Health. And as soon as he uploaded one of our shows, it got picked up by 6 different TV stations. Have no idea where they are, so right now we could be on in Omaha, Nebraska. We could be on in Ottumwa, Iowa. Wherever we are, this is You and Your Health, Billerica, Massachusetts, and welcome to our show. So, without further ado, let me reintroduce you to Don Glass. He, again, as I said, was on in the end of our 2011 series, and we were really talking about his virtual bariatric surgery. So, in other words, virtual lap band surgery. And he actually did some work with some of my staff, and quite frankly, they were thrilled with what was happening with them. And as I was doing the show with him, I thought, God, there's so much more that he has to offer, so I decided to bring him back. And as, again, the start of the new year, it seemed like the right time. So let me reintroduce you to Don Glass. So he is the owner of Just Imagine Hypnosis Centers. He is a certified hypnotist. He's been doing hypnosis for 35 years and celebrating his 2nd year of private practice. And as I said, his specialty is this virtual bariatric surgery, but he also does work with people with ADD and ADHD. He does work with smoking cessation and weight loss and all that kind of things, and even improving sports and academic performance. What he wrote down here, and this is, I just wanted to bring this out to you, that his key to success is to just enjoy every moment, don't mourn for the past or worry about the future, just live the present moment. Don?
Thank you very much, Sandy.
It's a thrill to have you back here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So apparently everyone has their day. Chiropractic has their day. You name it, everyone has their day. So apparently there is a World Hypnotism Day, and it's in January. So could you speak a little bit to that and what you're doing to help celebrate?
The focus of the National Guild has been to raise the perceived value of hypnosis to the general public. Mm-hmm. It's been doing so many things in so many areas, helping so many people. There's still that remnants of the Hollywood hypnosis.
Yeah, and people up on a stage and cluck like a chicken.
That's right,
okay.
Exactly. You know, look into my eyes and,
mm-hmm.
you know, fly away. So World Hypnosis Day was inaugurated 8 years ago mm-hmm. with the goal of educating the world about the things that hypnosis can benefit people with. Mm-hmm. And it's celebrated throughout the world. There's mm-hmm. hypnotists throughout the world. They all belong to the Guild. We share a lot of the resources. They can go to our website. There's free downloads available for them to celebrate World Hypnosis Day, because it's just such a wonderful natural modality that has no side effects. We want people to take advantage of that.
All right, perfect. And are you doing anything special?
We are. We're having a promotion, actually.
Okay.
And because World Hypnosis Day is the 4th of every January, and then the 14th of every February is Valentine's Day, we thought it would be appropriate to, if someone wanted to help a smoker and purchased a smoking cessation package, that's our one-on-one session that goes with the client, the support CD, and any help that they need. And we would include a free session or a complimentary session for any other use.
Perfect.
People have been using them for gifts. People have been using them for themselves. We've been spawning a whole legend of what we're calling hypno junkies. They find that hypnosis by itself, the side effect is that you feel you've been to a spa, you're totally relaxed, you feel wonderful, and people want to come just for that in addition to the therapeutic value.
That's a great offer, and I really do hope that so many people watching this, and even those in Omaha, Nebraska, takes you up on it. So it's New Year's. It's a time for resolutions. So why, in your estimation, do you think people fail?
I'll skip ahead for a little bit, Sandy.
Sure.
We know in the bariatric world that people hear about an operation to bypass their stomach, or to what they hear is that they're going to lose weight. And they go to the physician, and the physician examines them and says they're suitable for an operation. They schedule an operation, they get the operation, they start to lose all that weight, and the reason that they got that weight to begin with was never addressed.
It was what was going on between the ears, right?
Exactly right.
Got
It's
it.
what we call imprints. And imprints are things that usually happen before we're 6 years of age. It might be something as simple as mom saying, "You eat everything on that plate." And
Oh yeah, I always left the peas, but go ahead.
well, some people really, as a small child, we take all this to heart. Our
Sure.
goal as children is to please our parents,
Of course.
to fit in well. So even though as adults we say, no, we don't need to eat everything, there's that mom says, eat everything, eat everything.
We're hearing it in the back of our heads, aren't we?
That's right. And while we treat clients for weight loss in a variety of ways, we're now seeing more and more clients that have had the invasive bariatric surgery where they'll actually change the plumbing. Instead of going into the stomach, we'll go around the stomach, and they'll lose weight, and then 6 months later, they're back up 100 pounds more, and the problem hasn't been addressed.
It's extraordinary, because I've seen almost every single one of my patients who have gone through that procedure, almost every single one of them have put that weight right back on.
Yep.
So now they had surgery for nothing. And each surgery has a chance of failure, and each surgery has a chance of complications.
Well, it's worse than that. Some of the surgeries they're called malabsorbent, which means that they bypass the stomach completely. And what that means is that you as a human being have to get the nourishment you would have got from your stomach through pills.
Yeah, you're completely bypassing the innate intelligence of the body.
Exactly. Exactly. So the rest of your life you're on proteins, you're on multivitamins, you're just everything that the drugs companies have to offer you, you must take to survive.
Boy, it's a win-win for them, isn't it?
It certainly is.
So now we're talking about hypnosis, but what about good old-fashioned willpower?
Well, willpower is great. Willpower is really, really great. It lasts, some people get a couple of days out of it. And that's pretty exciting for them. But then those imprints come back.
Okay.
To understand why that works like that, you have to understand there's two parts of the mind.
All right.
There's a conscious part and there's a subconscious part.
All right.
And it's that subconscious part that got those messages, and that's where they're residing, those imprints. Now, we want to change things as logical, functioning human beings. So we say, I'm no longer going to eat that much. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to be a better person.
Okay.
And that sounds great in the conscious mind. The conscious mind goes, I'm going to send that over to the subconscious mind. Now, between those two minds is something that's called the critical factor. And the critical factor's job is to make sure to protect us and to make sure that what's going in to the subconscious mind is what's supposed to be there. So the message goes, okay, he's going to stop smoking. Okay, subconscious mind. Subconscious mind goes, no.
Haven't heard that before.
He likes to smoke because it makes him feel good with his friends and everything else. So we reject that.
Right.
Now, hypnosis is what takes that critical factor and says, you ought to go out and play critical factor because we're going to talk directly to the subconscious mind.
So it's almost like a bypass.
Yes, it's a
So
bypass.
we're going straight to the subconscious through hypnosis.
That's correct. The only other way to install a new behavior is by rote repetition, and eventually you become the way you keep doing it and doing it and doing it. But with smoking, with eating, with almost all the behaviors that are destructive,
Right.
can't get done. Can't get done. I read somewhere there's a 3% success rate.
Really?
3%. And those are extraordinary individuals.
I don't understand why anyone would do it. But so let's get back to the study you did, which several of my office staff took part of in the virtual bariatric surgery. And I know that was done last year. So tell me how it came out. Give me the results.
The thing that's important about the conscious and subconscious mind is the subconscious mind can't really tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So our clients went into hypnosis, and their subconscious mind witnessed an operation. And that operation said their stomach is now smaller, they can't eat as much. We had 18 people complete the study.
Okay.
It was 3 sessions. There was a loss of about 6 or 7 pounds on average. Everybody, with the exception of one person, lost weight. They lost weight every week. They lost the 3 or 4 or 5 pounds the first week, and then the 1 to 3 pounds thereafter. There were 6 people that followed up after the initial session, and they followed up to address their imprints, and they're all continuing to lose weight and getting back to a normal size, and they're on your staff.
Because anyone who wants to do anything has to continue to practice.
Exactly.
If they want to be successful.
We've found that people will come to us for weight loss, and they want it done in one session, and we say, thank you very much, but we can't help you.
Well, I get the same people in my office. Doc, I really don't believe in this whole chiropractic thing, but I'll let you work on me one time, and if you fix me up, I'll believe. Well, you know, I can't take someone who's been messing up their bodies for decades upon decades and fix them up with one adjustment. That imprint is there.
That's right.
So nothing worth having happens immediately.
You know, we get so many clients that come to us and say, "You're my last hope. You're really my last hope." And you
I love those people. I don't know about you, but I wish they would come to me first. But I love being the guy, and I know my partner, Dr. Kawit, loves that as well. That they failed everywhere. No one's helped them. No one's figured it out. Why are they unhealthy? Why are they have X, Y, or Z? And they end up in our office, and son of a gun, there it is. It's their last stop.
Yep.
Just today, I just did an examination or re-examination on a young woman who was literally in the midst of a 3-week-long headache. And she had tried this drug, this neurologist, that neurologist, and no one was helping her. Well, today was her re-examination. She reported the headaches are completely gone. The neck and shoulder pain are completely gone. And I said, have you noticed anything else? She says, yeah, I feel good. And it was like she was feeling good for the very first time. Yes. And she's all of 22 years old. You're not supposed to feel that crappy at 22.
No, you're not.
And it's just unlocking the inner healing power of the body. And you do it through the mind, I do it through the spine and the nervous system.
Yep.
So it's amazing. And I just need to talk directly to my producers really quickly. I still don't have the countdown timer, so if you guys can give me the 5 and 3, 2, 1 deal, that would be great so I know when the show is going to be over. So let's go back to what other things have hypnosis been able to handle and resolve? Because that's going to help lead us into a workshop we're going to be end up doing in our office featuring you. So tell me some of the other things.
One of the things that I found most surprising is I have people coming to me and they're saying, I'm very sad. Now they've described that to a physician and they say I'm depressed, or to a psychiatrist and they call it depression or anxiety. Some even go so far as saying I have post-traumatic stress disorder. Mm-hmm. And we simply help them address the issue that's troublesome to them. Mm-hmm. Many people will have lost a loved one and just feel so lost and not have part of that life that they had. They never had the time to separate properly. Mm-hmm. And through usually a single session of hypnosis, I start getting an email and a letter that says, I feel wonderful, I'm smiling, this is great.
Well, yeah, again, you're just unlocking what's already there.
Exactly.
So that's beautiful. So depression, so wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone who is on all these antidepressant medications start to avail themselves to something a whole lot more natural?
Hypnosis is natural without side effects. The only side effects is you feel better. And
yeah, terrible thing.
And when you start to remove all the drugs that inhibit your body's nature, mm-hmm. you feel wonderful, and you come back and you're centered and you're smiling, and life is good. I did spot one trend that I think you'll be interested in hearing, where you mentioned a 23-year-old woman.
Go ahead.
Most of my clients initially were older. Mm-hmm. But recently, a lot of the hypnotists have been reporting high school and college students wanting hypnosis.
For why?
To achieve more, mm-hmm. to eliminate test anxiety, mm-hmm. to become more natural. And it's funny because marketing is really the name of the game, and they saw some of the actors, some of the sports figures mm-hmm. that said, you know, I've gone to a hypnotist and it helps. Sure. Tiger Woods used a hypnotist.
He also uses a chiropractor, but go ahead.
Okay. So by availing themselves of these modalities mm-hmm. and then coming out and saying, you know, this works and this is natural and it's not shooting up steroids or anything.
Right.
I'm a better player. I'm a better actor. I'm better. And
so it could help so my assumption is it could help really with focus.
That's correct.
So there ties in that whole ADD, ADHD thing, and so now you're really talking about overall performance.
That's correct. You talk about performance in the classroom, you talk about it on the sports field, and you talk about it in life in general. It's allowing you to be the best that you have. We can't change your genes.
Right.
But you'll hit your personal best.
You'll unlock the potential that's already there.
That's right. It's a wonderful thing.
It's a wonderful thing. So let's talk about some other things that are also high on, I think, plenty of people's radar, particularly now New Year resolutions. There's weight loss, but there's also smoking cessation.
Yes.
And that's, I got to tell you, there are very few things that I have very little tolerance for. Smoking is one of them. I just don't understand why people spend $10 a day to commit slow suicide. It makes no sense to me. And particularly people who come into my office, you know, I see that they smoke. So you're smoking and you want me to help you with your health, but yet you're killing yourself every day. Why? So you tell me, how is hypnotism versus the most common thing right now is Chantix, whatever it is. So talk to me.
Well, there's a major difference. They're finding with hypnosis there are no side effects. So that imprint that exists that says I smoke, we find that the imprint is about wanting security, wanting to be with friends.
Okay.
Because most people started when they were in high school.
And it's a social activity.
It's a social activity. They just want to be with friends. They want to look more sophisticated. They feel that
they smell like crap, but they want to look more sophisticated.
Many people ask me, how much does it cost? And I usually say, it's about 4 cartons. And you'll have about $6,000 at the end of the year. I don't know what you'll do with it this year, but think about it for next year.
You know, it's a great way of putting it, because if someone smokes a pack a day, it's about $3,500 or so for the course of the year.
Yep.
It's a lot of money.
It's a ridiculous amount. It's a ridiculous amount.
And you can kind of help kick that habit a whole lot cheaper than that, huh?
And a whole lot. And when hypnosis is used for smoking cessation, there is usually no weight gain. See, the anxiety that people get when they start giving up cigarettes, they have that imprint that they're trying to bypass. And we take that imprint and we change it and we say, well, you stop smoking, now you can breathe deeper, as opposed to, oh, I need a Twinkie.
Right. You know, it makes a lot of sense.
And it works. 90% of the clients that come into my office walk out as a non-smoker. We have a 2-session program, and that adds the reinforcement.
Now you said 90%?
90%. Wow. 30% won't even think about cigarettes again. We get another 30% roughly that say, you know, I thought about smoking, and then I realized I don't do that anymore. And then we have the one that I know is hard for a lot of people. We have, after a nice meal or a drink, wouldn't a cigarette, I don't do that anymore.
Okay, and so they take another couple of steps, but they still don't do it.
Exactly, and once they've done that 3 or 4 times, the repeat urge of that stops.
Quickly touch on the work you do with kids with ADD and ADHD.
Well, one of the problems with ADHD is it's listed in the medical diagnostic manual as a condition that if you have so many of these characteristics out of a possible score, you have ADD.
There's no blood test. There's no X-ray.
Exactly.
If you have a list of behaviors, bang, you have ADD, and here's a drug that actually has a similar chemical compound to cocaine.
Yep.
Give it to your kid.
It's amazing the havoc that it does to have that diagnosis. I have people say, do I tell my friends? Is there compensation I can get because I'm disabled? And in reality, almost all of the clients that I see, they simply feel bad that they have it. They don't leverage it.
Right.
Instead of saying you're distracted, the client now understands he's got a wide range of interest. So it's no longer, we can't concentrate on that. Oh, I'm sick. No, I have a wide range of interest, and I can do what I do. once they're given permission in their subconscious to accept themselves, there's a huge behavioral change.
So, amazing how quickly this show has gone. This has been one of the best shows I think I've ever done, and I'm glad that you're a part of it. And to that end, you're the first guest I've had on twice in this amount of time.
Wow.
And what I wanted to do is really be able to bring you deep into my office. And what we want to do is have you conduct a workshop. And I know we've talked about it. What we would like to have this workshop done probably in the next month or so. And if you call my office, if you call, I would imagine you, and there's contact information for you, we'll be able to let you know when this workshop is going to be at 25 Bridge Street. What do you want to focus on for this workshop?
I'd like to give everyone a taste of hypnosis. And we find that to do that properly, we want to remove some of the myths. So I think the workshop could serve your clients and patients if they felt comfortable with it, and then we'll focus on some weight loss strategies and make that go without having to go through the surgery in the mind or on the operating table. And they'll see the results.
Okay, so and you can do that at our workshop.
I can do that at your workshop.
Now, we have limited space in our office. Could it be 10, 15, 20 people? Where's your limit? I know we have a space limitation. Yep. Where's your limit?
I'm comfortable with 15 people. And knowing your office, I think 15
people would be cozy, it would be snug, and I think it would be great. So if you want to take part in this workshop, I would urge you that as soon as you see this show, that you give our office a call, and we'll have a sign-up sheet, and the first 15 people who sign up can have a workshop with Don Glass, and I assume that's a complimentary workshop?
That is a complimentary workshop.
Can't get a better deal for that than the new year. So I'm excited for 2012. I hope you all are as well. I'm hoping and praying, and I'm expecting 2012 to be a bunch better than 2011. It started off great for me. We're about ready to hire a new associate. If you're a regular follower of our show, Dr. Lou is no longer with us. We've moved on to bigger and better things. We still have the same fabulous staff. Dr. Kaywood is my still wonderful partner, wife, boss, and we're really hoping that in 2012 we can help you attain the health that you deserve. And if you're willing to put in the work, you can attain it through chiropractic and through what goes on in here. Be healthy, everyone. We'll see you next month. Bye-bye.